Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Diasis. We're here to talk about a different subject, um, about video game news on YouTube. And is it sort of dying out? Is it something that kind of makes sense to do when back, 9, 10 years ago, there wasn't as many people doing it. And now it's quite a saturated market with, you know, um, hundreds of YouTube channels doing Nintendo news or general video game news and stuff like that. And I would say that, there has obviously been issues with a saturation of people doing news and that, and not as many people are tuning in to watch that type of content. Now, with Nintendo Ninja News, it's got the word news in it, so we're a little bit in trouble here if you think about it, in terms of the channel and what we do and how we do things here. And I haven't been doing as many news videos the last probably year to 2 years because a lot of it's either, rumors and speculations, um, or just news that isn't really relevant, like, oh, a new trailer came out, or something on Twitter happened, or stuff like that. And I think we're in a sort of a transition period with Nintendo, with, the Switch is now pretty old. It's now 7 years old. It's going to be 8 years old next year. When we started the channel, we had the last years of the Wii U and the 3DS trying to hold Nintendo together back in the day. And times have changed a lot. And that's probably part of the reason why I don't do as many news videos is not many people are tuning in, a lot of other people doing the same type of content. We try to do things a bit differently here. And plus, our content has changed over the years, as you know we started to do more streaming, live streams, and then shorts came in a couple of years ago. So, as I said at the beginning of the channel's life, the content that we do in 10 years' time is probably going to be pretty different to what you are seeing now. And that's probably going to be the same in the next 5 or 10 years. If I'm still doing this sort of thing, right? I'm pushing the 39 mark this year, so I'm not old or elderly, but when you've been doing this stuff for a long time, you got to be realistic and go, well, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to be here for another 10, 20 years or something like that. So I think that's some of the issues about, is video games, news is dying off and that. And even the long term fans would know back in the early days where I would be making 2 or 3 videos a day and pushing out a lot of stuff. And the short 1 to 2 minute videos, they were nice, but didn't really help the channel at times. And I probably got a bit sick and tired of doing it. I wanted to do other creative stuff and things like that. And the news in itself is not particularly exciting. We sort of moved to, streaming games and interacting with people more and stuff like that. We would sort of do breaking news and stuff like that, talking about the news during the streams. So what we'll do is, we'll keep doing the news from time to time, when an interesting topic comes up. But we'll also be using our community tab more. We'll be talking about news through the community tab, which I think could be interesting, where it's like, if it's a new trailer, if it's a little piece of rumor or stuff like that that pops out, I think that would be the best way of doing things in terms of talking about news and stuff like that. So, not only you just get it in video format, but you can get it in image, in image or written stuff that comes out. Because the community tab can be quite useful here on YouTube. And some people do use it. They give us a like on it, which is nice, and a couple comments, once a blue moon. But that's sort of how we've been doing things. But yeah, news on Nintendo Ninja News. I've even thought about changing the name of the channel. And I think when you've had a channel going for this long, I don't think you can do. I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can. I think it will be a really difficult thing to do to sort of change direction. I don't think it will be entirely non Nintendo, but I think it would be very difficult to do with that sort of stuff. And that's why we have the Ko-Fi.com stuff where we can talk about um, that sort of content here and there, the creative stuff that I do and other things. But I'm rambling on as I do, if you're a long term viewer of mine. But yeah, video game news. Sometimes it's exciting to report, other times it's just like, is it really worth it doing it when everyone else is talking about the stuff? And we don't talk about news and rumors. We talk, all the other channels just talk about the same rumors and speculation. They say, oh, it's fun to talk about it. I don't like to talk about it because it normally ends up being false or just really silly. So it makes it tough. It makes it really, really tough. So I'm going to let you guys go and have a good time and day or night. And let me know, do you still go on to this channel and other channels for video game news and things like that? Or what do you think about the whole video game news videos dying off on YouTube? Because it does feel like it's changed a fair bit over the years. So that is it for me, and I shall see you next time.